Hello and welcome to the Life is Storytelling Screencast. This is going to be a show where we talk about a movie review, though it is also still gaming related because the newest movie that has come out that everyone's talking about right now is Super Mario Galaxy, the movie. I'm your host, Chris Pierce, joined by my co-host, Ernest Gonzalez, or as he calls himself, King Koopa. Ernest, how you doing today?
I'm awesome. Life
Awesome.
is good
Nice.
for sure. We went to the movies on a Wednesday.
We
Look at us.
did. We did.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
went to
we
the
did.
movies yesterday. Literally opening night. I don't think we've
Yeah.
gone to a movie on like opening night in a while.
Yeah.
Um,
And it was packed too.
it was
It was
packed.
packed. People showed up
100%.
for Mario,
A
dude.
hundred
Yeah.
percent. And we'll
People
talk about it
dressed up,
because there
stuff
were
like that.
pops.
Oh yeah.
There were pops
Oh yeah. Pops, yeah.
for sure.
That's not what I thought we were gonna. I thought we were gonna talk about the people sitting next to me. But
Uh, There could have been a better experience for sure.
yeah.
But yeah, that is what it is. We're going to be talking about the movie itself, and of course, we're going to get into the experience there. But yeah, we will not be starting with spoilers, so don't worry about that. We'll of course talk about, we'll like announce when we get into any spoiler territory. Really, the only thing we're going to get into with that, well, there's like a story beat. There's a reveal how two characters are connected, so that's probably like the one from the main movie.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then, of course, after credit scenes, those are spoilers out the wazoo there. So we'll announce that when we get there. But this is the review for Life is Storytelling going into our thoughts on the Super Mario Galaxy movie. We do have a review on the first one. Go check that out. And yeah, let's go ahead and get into this, man. Ernest, again, spoiler free right now. Give me some opening thoughts and a score on what you think of Super Mario Galaxy the movie.
So when everybody just died, I just thought it was the
Go Tom Holland
craziest
this. How
thing,
could you?
man. Yeah. No, all right. So the feelings about this movie. Just there's a lot of feelings.
Be honest.
Number
Be
one,
honest.
one thing I cannot hold against the movie itself was the experience that I had the blah, blah.
Theater.
One thing I cannot hold
We
against
got
the movie itself is my experience in the theaters. I got it
it.
out. I
Beautiful.
got it out. But man, it was bad.
Yeah.
The two gentlemen next to me, I don't know what their situation was or anything. They were very invested. They were having a very
They
good
were
time.
fans.
It was impeding
They were
on my
fans.
good time for
Yeah.
sure because they narrated that
Whole thing.
entire movie. And
Whole thing.
anytime that a character showed up, they were announced
Yeah.
by homeboy next to me right
Yep. Yep.
here.
Yep.
So yeah, shush in the movies maybe,
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
like do like a stage whisper at least. These motherfuckers, they was just talking. They was just
Yeah.
talking. And of course, all the kids and stuff like that. But that's expected. That's expected
For sure.
in a movie like this,
Mm.
because while I don't want to say it, there are movies that are specifically made for kids out there,
Mm.
and then there's everybody movies. Everybody, like, you can go like with the family and things like this,
Like
and
that's how
I
Shrek
feel like
became iconic. So yeah.
right. And that's one of the things about this movie, and we talked about it yesterday. I believe you said it to me actually, is
Mm.
that some movies are for kids and then some movies are for everyone, and this
Yeah.
one really felt like it was just for kids.
Yeah.
To the point that they really don't get too deep into anything. One of the reasons that we're saying, like, oh, when we do open it up for spoilers, what are we really gonna say,
Yeah.
is because they're like, as far as story beats and things like this movie is way more of just like events after events after event. They're in this situation, now they're in this situation, what are they going to do? But like the things that connect these events aren't so great as far as storytelling goes.
Yeah.
So I was never really that invested. It was really cool to see the different characters that we have here because, as you may know, they are spanning out a little bit when it comes to the characters that they're including in these movies, to not only include Mario characters but Nintendo characters in general.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
seeing some of them pop up, the ones that you know about, the ones that you don't, were really cool. Like you said, there was a lot of pops, and as far as atmosphere in the theater goes, that was enhanced by those pops. I always love to
Yeah.
see it,
I was surprised.
like we talked about it yesterday. Yoshi shows up and he says Yoshi, and
Yeah.
then you just hear like little
You
kids all
said the
over the theater,
thing.
Yoshi, Yoshi,
Yeah.
Yoshi. So, uh,
Beautiful.
so like I mean, overall, I don't think this is a movie I need to see again
That's
or
fair.
anything like this. There are beautiful things about it. Number one being that it's beautiful.
Yeah.
That's probably the only beautiful thing. It's just the way it looks. It is so well done.
Mm,
The attention to detail all throughout this movie, from the smallest piece in the background to your main characters and whatnot, and their costumes, and like you could see each and every stitch in their clothing and
yeah.
things like this. It's amazing. It's
Very good.
amazing what they do, and why don't they do that for Minions? It's wild.
Because
Um,
they don't have to. They
yeah,
do
yeah.
not have to do that for me. It's
People are sold on that already,
a
but
100%.
um, but yeah, yeah. As far as adaptations go, there are a lot of scenes where they're like, "Hey, look at this thing that we're doing that they do in the game,"
Mm,
and I think they really, really lean on that.
yeah.
That is their bread and butter. That like, oh, he's wearing the uniform that he wears when he
The
consumes the
fire
flower,
flower.
or
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
and they're like, you like this, don't you? Wait till you see the next scene.
Yeah.
And that's all it really is. Again, not too cohesive of a story. Nothing to really like fall in love with for me here.
Mm,
So um a bit of a mediocre movie for
that's fair.
me.
That's fair.
I'm gonna give it a 6 out of 10.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, yeah,
Um, yeah.
but shout out to the people next to me. That's a 10 for them, a
Oh,
hundred
for sure.
percent. There's
Yeah,
so
I
many
think
people in that
that
theater
might be
that
a 20
love
out of
this
10 for
movie.
them, man. Goddamn.
Right, right. Yeah, they screamed. They screamed at the end. So, so I mean, but for me, at least, we're gonna go 6.
That's fair. I'll say I'm very close with you. I will say I already put this on Letterbox. My Letterbox score is 2.5 out of the
Out of the
stars.
5. Yeah.
But I sit with 6.5. I'm a little higher than you, and it is just because of the animation, and specifically because there's a really well animated fight sequence towards the end of the movie that I was just like, again, they don't have to do that, and they did a really good job. Because
Mhm.
literally, we have. Okay, I won't get into it because that is towards the end of the movie, and some things do happen.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, it's just really good, and even the fight scene that you see in the first trailer, um, where you see a robot coming to take Rosalina, and Rosalina like kicks its ass. I granted, yeah, obviously it's easy to overlook it. They've shown it to us already. There are a few bits of that weren't shown in the trailer, obviously to give us something to look forward to. I do think that also was really, really good. So in terms of like the few bits of action we do have here, they did not stop the great animation at those points. It just got even better. Um, but yeah, I'm right there with you. I will say it is tough because I agree with you. They really did focus on the child aspect of this in terms of like the narrative for sure. But the weird part with that, because this is like the gray area is not it's because it's not deep enough to have a gray area. Um, the all of because it's a nostalgia fueled thing. The nostalgia is not for the kids; it's for us. It's for people our age, the our demographic. So, in that regard, visually, like I mean, if anything, if there's anything we're praising, it's the visuals here. Visually, it's a movie for everybody. Because again, they did all the detail they could with the animation here, and they show you everything they possibly can, and they do it in a really good way. I will also shout out, I do think it has a really good score. I'm not a fan when they use like already existing music and whatnot. But when you get like the actual Mario tunes and whatnot, which
You
I
hating
think is
on
great.
Biggie, bro?
Hey, bro. Hey, he's
Yeah.
I'm not hating on him. I'm not hating on. I was waiting to hear his voice, and I was like, oh, nope, no, we're not doing that. That's fair. Be
It
safe.
was just the
Be
instrumental.
safe.
Yeah.
Um, but like specifically because like there's such a well of music for Mario. And I'm not going to sit here and be like the orchestral or the orchestrated soundtracks of all Mario games are my favorite things. But when I'm in there, when I'm in the Mario games, it is one of the things I do look forward to because like it's all good. It's all very, very good. And when we do get that here, I think they do deliver and it's really great. Uh yeah, other than that, it is a pretty mediocre film. And I know I hate seeing so many people online being like, you're here to turn your brain off. And you know what? That is fine. Dude, that's
I'm
fine.
not.
Because just, well, right, because we're going to talk about it. That's why we're doing it. But so here's the thing. There's nothing wrong with like, I understand like there's like a negative. look on like critics and looking at some things critically. But I promise you, just because we aren't giving this an 8 or a 10, we're not upset about you giving it that. We're not
Right.
taking
Yeah.
anything away from you, man. Like,
Yeah.
love
You
what you
just like bad
love.
movies, baby. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Just kidding. Just kidding.
If you're able to
Uh,
watch this and get so much more out of it, dude, I'm so happy for you. First of all, you're already beating us in like more bang for your buck territory, because that's great.
we paid the
Um,
same amount of money for this.
right, and you got more
Yeah.
out of it, and that's just how it works. And we say the same thing for games too. It's just mileage is going to vary on like what you're looking for and whatnot. Our show is called Life is Storytelling. We are mainly focusing on the storytelling. Obviously, when we talk about games, we're also looking at like performances, which we also do for movies, but like gameplay stuff like that. But the story is what we're primarily here to talk about. And here we are with the film, which you don't get gameplay. The primary thing you should be having with a film is the narrative, is the story. And it's light. What we do get here, and this is mainly because of some performances like Anya Taylor-Joy. Also want to shout out Brie Larson for the bit we do get her here. Um, they deliver in the emotional moments that like it would have been really emotional if there had been a narrative to really back that up, but like there's a
If there was
reveal.
stakes or something.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
I mean, there's technically stakes.
There's
Granted,
stakes.
there's a
Yeah.
charge, there's a laser that takes the longest I've ever seen to charge to shoot one shot. Um, but it's just the narrative's not there to really back up what we're getting. But at the same time, I don't think anybody here's phoning in their performance. Jack Black is hilarious. I do think one of his funniest bits, unfortunately, was in the trailer because I love hearing him miniature with the small voice, being like, "Still fighting with my demons," like that. I when I
Yeah.
watched because I have a reaction video to that trailer and I laughed at it. He's hilarious. No one's gonna say Jack Black's not funny unless you're a poser. All right. Um, but it's just like we'd already seen it. There are some other funny bits. There's a really like for me, there's a really funny bit between Mario and Peach where it's like when you go in for a handshake and the other person's doing it the wrong way, but it's awesome. But at the same time, not a ton of that hit for me, but just to say that there were parts. But yeah, overall, the narrative is not wholly there. Does it need to be? No. And you're going to see this movie make a ton of money. Like it's had a strong opening weekend. It's apparently projected to make a little less than the first one. Guess what? That's still a lot of money. And it's gonna be crazy. This is not gonna be the end of this. We're gonna get more. We're getting the live action Zelda next year, which we'll talk about what we can expect from Nintendo in the future. Um, but yeah, I do think even with him giving a 6, me giving a 6.5, it's good. This is not like I didn't leave mad, even with the
All
poor
right.
experience in the theater. But like we weren't seething, and like
No.
there is enough to enjoy. Like I never went back and watched the first one. I'm not gonna go back and watch this. Like I do think these are
Yeah.
really great for us to see in the theater because that's gonna be the best visuals you get, you know. Um, but yeah, that's pretty much it, man. But if you enjoyed the first one, that's my thing. Same thing here. Obviously, some more they lean a little more into the character cameos as it does spread out, like Ernest was saying, from the Mario universe. We get more Nintendo franchises here. Not a ton, but like where we do get them, they're noticeable and those are memorable. But still, the narrative weight's pretty much the same. Maybe the first one has a little more because there's that whole emphasis on family.
Right.
But even then, they did not lean in all the way. Um, I would love to see the narrative go somewhere because K-pop Demon Hunters is a great one to bring up because it's still hot. It won Best Animated Feature last year. I solely wanted to watch that because I didn't even know it was a musical. I saw a trailer. I thought the animation looked good, and I was like, you know what, dude? Yes, this looks neat. I want to give it a shot. It's going to be on Netflix. Let's go. And I was blown away. And I really thought I was going to be like the first one, like, I'm the only one who's going to love this. And dear God, no. No. Good God, no, I'm not.
Chris
Um,
tried to plant his flag in that shit, and it's all there were
dude,
so many other
that
flags
flag burned up in the
there.
wildfire. That was the love for K-pop Demon Hunters. And I'm so happy about that. But that is to
Yeah, no,
say,
it's a good
that
movie.
is a movie that is geared towards children that ends up having great humor characters like character driven story moments as well as delving into like showing you a culture. And it can do all of that while being marketable and like everyone can watch it. Obviously, there were some weird things. Like it went straight to streaming because it was originally going to be put theatrically. Sony dumped it. Netflix picked it up, put it in streaming, and everyone's just like, "Oh, none of us knew this was going to blow up like it did."
Yeah, I think it worked out for the best that
Oh,
way.
for sure. Like,
Yeah, yeah,
and we don't need to because there's obviously the benefit for streaming and whatnot, and maybe it wouldn't have done the same, but we'll never know. But I
yeah.
will say it would be silly not to put the next one in theaters because I think they did end up putting that one in theaters
Right.
after it already
Yeah,
ran,
with
and it
like
did
sing
pretty
along
fine.
stuff. Right, right.
But yeah,
I don't ever see. Well, I don't know about ever, but like right
mm.
now, like Mario is one of those that's going to continue to be a
Oh yeah,
blockbuster type
oh yeah,
situation. Yeah,
because
yeah.
dude, it's gonna pass the billion mark.
At
I
least for
don't doubt
one
it.
more,
Yeah, I don't
at the
doubt it.
very least.
Um. But I will say, because like I said, there's not a whole lot to spoil here. But I will say, because just in all fairness, spoiler warning, because I just want to have the freedom to talk about some things here. Because like I said, there's not a whole lot to dig into narratively. But in terms of reveals, there's a few things. So spoiler alert, if you don't want anything spoiled for you in terms of reveals or like really anything for the movie, just know we thought it was pretty good. That's a little too much. I know I put 6.5. It's animated very well. It's good.
It's
It's
not
good.
bad.
It's not
Yeah,
bad. It's not bad.
yeah.
I promise I'm not lowering it. I'm not lowering it. But yeah. Just temper those expectations. And yeah, dude, it's totally fine to go to the movie and be like, I'm gonna turn my brain off and just look at the pretty stuff. Dude, hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Go for it.
But
Go
just don't
for
hate
it.
on the people that are looking at this critically because we want
But
things to be great.
that's just like a point towards knowing it's not going to be the best movie ever.
I mean, for sure.
Like,
For sure.
yeah,
Yeah,
because
yeah, yeah.
for a really good movie, you want to have your brain on. Yeah,
For
that's
the
just
most
how
part,
it feels.
yes. There's
Like you want
I
to
can't think of what
experience that thing.
right.
You know?
Like so immediately my brain went to because it's coming back out in 4K. Speed Racer. Um that's
Yeah,
a beautiful movie. Like your
eye
brain's
candy,
on, but you're
baby.
feeling
Yeah.
it.
Mm.
You're feeling that on your brain. Because I could not tell you much about the plot other than he wants to be like the fastest. So yeah. And also, I'm always just happy when
Yeah.
John Goodman's in a dad
I think
role.
there's the bad guy trying to sabotage like his family and his team and stuff.
Do they
I
have the
do.
monkey? Do you remember if they have the monkey?
I think they do.
I think
Yeah.
it's a chimp.
I
Yeah,
want to
because
say
in the
yeah.
cartoon there's a monkey. But
Man, it's been a
anyway,
long time, but that's a
oh, same.
dope movie
No,
though.
same.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
But regardless, yeah, man. So spoiler warning. You've been warned. Get out of here. Um, Ernest, did any of the reveals do anything for you? Because I know you're not the biggest
Not so
Nintendo
much.
guy. Okay, well, that's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair.
What would have done a big thing for me if I didn't know about it going into it was Star Fox for sure. Like
Yeah,
if I
yeah.
would have been surprised
Right.
with Fox McCloud showing up, like, nah, I would have been right. Hey, buddy. Hey, did you see
Hey,
that
man.
dude? You know what I
Hey,
mean? Like,
bro.
I would have been right there
That
with
could
the
have made the
neighbors,
theater
dude.
experience better.
100%, a
Yep.
100%. But
And they
I
revealed that a
already knew
week
about that
before.
one, and
Yeah,
that is very easily the biggest one for me.
that's
You
fair.
know, like I have a strong connection to Star Fox 64. I beat
Oh
that
yeah.
game with my feet one time,
Hell yeah, man.
and
There you go.
like, and that
Pay
was
us for
on a
content when we're
64
creative.
controller.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, now y'all got to pay extra
You
for
gotta
that
pay.
Patreon, motherfucker. But you want to see Ernest play this game with his feet? Uh,
Paid extra,
but
extra. We'll dress them up as Star Fox.
the other ones, you know, I don't care too
That's
much.
fair. No, totally fair,
I have
man.
never played a game with Game and Watch in it aside from Smash.
I was gonna say that's me too. But
Like
you and me both
that's
got
where I
to
know that guy
do
from.
like obviously less energy, but like it's literally the Leo meme from the Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Yeah, yeah, it's just
Yeah, yeah.
because and like
But
the way it comes out is very, like creative as well. The
and
Game Watch.
also the Fox McCloud reveal is probably it's one of my favorite parts of the movie, if not my favorite
It's
part of the
actually like
movie.
a
It's
really
like
good part of
one
the
or two
movie. Yeah,
because like as he shows up and there's a whole introduction, he's introducing himself. You get a switch up in the animation. It
yeah,
goes to a very
and
like
still very
half
good.
anime, half Saturday cartoon type
Hmm.
situation.
Oh yeah.
And you see him standing with his team, fucking,
Like I do
Pepe's
the,
there.
yeah,
That's not how you say it. That's not how you say it. Pepe.
yeah.
Pepe.
You do
It's
if you're on the
Pepe.
crew,
But
bro.
Yeah, yeah. Falco's back there just aura farming and stuff. How he be doing,
How we be
Slippy
doing,
thing.
bro? How we be doing? And then
Slippy.
Slippy. So they show a little clip of Slippy, and it's just dude dead frog eyes into a
Yeah,
barrel. And it's so honestly probably my favorite part. Like I'm right there
yeah,
with you. Like that, and
yeah.
then the fight towards the end are probably my two favorite things.
I was gonna say the jail scene in the end credits, but we could talk
Oh,
about that
dude.
later.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's
Yeah,
fine because it has probably your
that's my
favorite character
that's
from
my
the
favorite.
movie in here,
Yeah,
man. Yeah,
yeah,
it
dude.
does.
Like the one that I connect to the most emotionally, at the very least,
Because it's such a brand of humor
was
that you don't think was gonna be
sorry.
in these films. And
Yes,
like,
yes,
especially when you go into this one, because I forgot about the character when we're watching the movie, because it's just they stick out so much in the best way possible. The very psychotic Luma, who's just like the
yeah. Just
sounds of
like
death. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah. The little like Hannibal Lecter Luma or
So good.
whatever, which like that's the only one that we had in the first movie. So you
Yep,
would think
that's
like
true.
they would be present throughout. I'm glad that they threw them in at the very least,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
especially
yeah. It's
we have
perfect.
all these other Lumas in this one,
But they're all
So like
babies.
getting yeah, yeah, and they're like mommy,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
like
And he wouldn't fit
I
it.
didn't know that was their mom like that.
So I think they just call her mom.
Like yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean like she's like their creator, I guess,
Yeah,
right?
it's like how
So
we talked to Rhea,
like a
you
mommy.
know?
Yeah.
What's up, mommy?
Yeah, Rosalina's always on top, bro.
Always,
For
Rosalina's
sure.
always on top, unless we're watching
Yeah.
her own movie. Where, okay, another negative thing here, because I was in when we first get her. Again, I like that action scene. Again, Brie
Mhm.
Larson sounds great as playing the character, and if you know anything about her
What
love for
what a
Nintendo,
fit.
it's beautiful.
Right.
Um, but then, yeah, she's being used to power up a cannon, and then she's just taken away. And then we get her
Yeah.
again at the end, which again, I'm happy to see her. But then we're done. Then the movie's over.
That's it.
That's
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, that's it.
That's it.
Um yeah, it does mainly focus on I mean, I guess our three main characters, right? Like would be
Who's the
Mario,
third?
Luigi.
No, you make yeah. I
No.
know the brothers, and then who?
And Peach.
Oh, fair. No, you're right. You're right.
Yeah,
You're right. You're right.
yeah. So that I mean, that's who we spend the majority of our
Yeah,
time with.
you're right.
Peach definitely gets a lot of love here, as she does in the first one. Like she has some
Yeah,
decent fight scenes and stuff. I love that she
and
runs
she has
into
the
Luis
umbrella now.
Guzman.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, anytime Luis Guzman comes on the screen, whether it's like him, his voice, whether he's doing a dark role, a serious role, a comedic role, he's always killing it. He's
He's
amazing.
great.
I love that
He's
man.
very good. I
Love
always think
that
of
man.
Wanted from not Wanted, Waiting. Sorry, Wanted's a very different
Oh,
movie.
waiting. Yeah. It's fucking
Curve those
gun kata.
bullets. Yeah, dude.
Gun kata, dude. Yeah.
But yeah, he was great. Since we're talking about Star Fox, Glenn Powell as Star Fox, I would love for him
What a
to come
fit.
back because I
It's a really
think
good fit.
he
Yeah.
did really well. He did so good, and we're not just saying it because we're Texas boys. I promise you, most Texans suck. Yeah,
Except us.
except for us. Um, but no, he did really well. I think they did a really good job with him. And like we do get a bit of him saying he's gonna go back. Like he has the money and everything he needs to go back home at the end, like in the after credit scene. And I don't think you have that there. Because literally the whole movie, they don't care about narrative threads. So I think they're planting that there so that we can be like, oh, we have a reason to watch the Star Fox movie.
Right.
Which would be very cool. Or have a Star Fox series. We'll see what they end up doing. The only thing, of
Make it
course,
animated. Like
oh,
the
for
way I mean,
sure.
obviously this is
For
animated, but
sure.
like the hand drawn
Oh, I
animation
would
that we
love
had for
that,
that bit,
dude. I would love that so
that'd be
much.
so cool. Yeah.
Or if you end up, well, I don't know what costs more. I'm gonna say I assume the CG stuff costs more, but I have no idea.
I don't know at this point.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no clue. No clue.
There was definitely a time where CG was like you were paying big bucks for that
Right.
stuff,
Right, 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 right.
But no,
Um,
I don't know now.
yeah,
Yeah.
no idea. But yeah, I would absolutely watch it. I do hope, especially since we've been introduced to him animated, I think you keep that going. Um, but when we So when, sorry, before I even move off of the movie, because I was going to talk about Zelda and what to expect for Nintendo in the future, the other
Mm.
reveal, and it's like the big one, it's the last after credit scene. It's Daisy. It's Daisy. It's our other princess here, Luigi's love interest. So if we are leaning towards going the route with her, I do think maybe Luigi takes the front stage a little bit for that. I would love to, because I will say, no hate to the man himself. I still don't like Chris Pratt as Mario. He is just so. You know what? I take it back. If there's somebody phoning it in, it's Chris Pratt because it's just Chris Pratt. It's just Chris Pratt. And they had a gag in the first one, which I did appreciate about like why he's not doing the voice. But here we are again, bro. You're gonna making so much money off of this shit. Just like fucking, just do it, dude. Just do it. Do it. Like I don't
What, the Italian voice?
something. Yes, probably that. Like so, Charlie Day works a bit more as Luigi because that's just a frantic voice. That's
Yeah.
just a scratchy,
He's just a
frantic voice.
frantic dude.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But yeah, I don't know. Also, very funny that Donald Glover made the statement that I'm surprised. I don't think it would be that surprising if I got nominated for an Oscar for my role as Yoshi, and his 5 lines. So yeah, that's funny.
Dude, I mean, it's crazy that Donald Glover is
It's
Yoshi.
insane,
And because
insane.
it's just Yoshi.
It's just
Like
Yoshi.
he he wasn't like, "Hey, what's up? I'm Yoshi." He didn't say it was Chris Pratt, right?
Nope,
Like
he's just Donald
no.
Glover.
He
I mean, but
goes
it's as
full
Yoshi,
on like, "Yoshi." Like
right?
he
And
does
that's
that. I'm not gonna
doing
try to do
something.
it. I can't do it.
And
But
like
like
when
he
you have
owned
Peach
his
as well.
role.
Yeah, he
You know?
absolutely owned
Yeah.
it. And then you have Anya Taylor-Joy, who we know regularly has an accent, and like Peach does have a speaking role in the games, but like it's still not a very prominent thing. I think if there's something you can something else character-wise you can praise the movies for, it's really developing Peach as a solo character. They still don't necessarily do that narratively, but they do give her screen time to go off and do her own thing.
And
And
she
that's fine.
kicks
She
ass,
kicks ass.
you know.
And I do love
And
that she has
Anya
Toad Hoops.
Taylor Joy is like her voice is like butter, baby.
Like
It's
butter
so
baby.
smooth.
Bunch
It's
of
so
butter babies.
smooth. Ooh, so smooth.
But yeah, that is to say. And then also, Jack Black is, of course, great as Bowser. That doesn't change. But part of why we loved him so much in the first one, whether you like the song or not, he's a good singer. And
Yeah.
Peaches was a banger because it's just Jack Black kind of riffing. And why didn't we get another song? Why didn't we get something? Or just do Peaches again? Because there's a moment where they kind of tease he's going to do Peaches again, and then they don't do it. And I was like, oh, interesting. That's another thing. So there's a whole bit because we're in spoilers. Because it seemed like
Mhm.
again we had the startings of something. Bowser befriending Mario and Luigi, being like, maybe I raised my son the wrong way to hate these people and conquer the world. Blah 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 blah. And like it
Oh,
really
is this
seemed like
character development with Butterfly? Like that's
right, 100%.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
But it's fucking Luma. Um, but when they make you think that's going to be like an inner turmoil that we're going to see, like even the most shallow sense, no, he's just like, yeah, you know what? I was right in raising my son this way. Let's kill them all. And it's just like,
Yeah.
okay, sure.
Psych, I was evil the whole time, which is
So
pretty.
evil.
It's what you expect. It's what
It
you
is.
expect.
So it is what I expect without what they did. Because I was so like that was like I was surprised about like him actually kind of befriending Mario, befriending Luigi. They're like, okay, you know what? Maybe he's not a bad guy. And I was like, this is weird. I don't know where you go
I
from the
mean,
future movie with this, but I was just like, okay, and then this happened. So
but the entire time that he's befriending them or whatever, like he's also like having slip ups and being like, "I'll kill you," and
yeah,
stuff.
yeah,
You know,
yeah.
so
But
like
like even
it's
towards the
very
end,
clearly like he's just hiding it and stuff. But
well, I don't know. So like, because when you get to the point where Bowser Jr. kills them, we have literally a depressed Bowser who's like, "Ah," and he's not faking that. Granted,
I
then it's
think it's
gone.
like a Joker Batman type thing, like a codependency.
Maybe so. Maybe
Am
so.
I reading too much into it?
Because Mario came back and then he's like, now I can be evil. Now I
Yeah,
can be what I need to be.
right,
You complete.
right,
They
yeah,
should so you know what? It'd be hilarious if they redid the Heath Ledger Joker Batman interrogation scene with Bowser and Mario. Like,
yeah,
oh my
yeah.
God. You shouldn't start with the head. Nobody feels anything afterward. It'd be hilarious. It'd be hilarious. Oh, but you should
For
just do that
sure.
with the crazy Luma.
The whole "where is she" thing would work just
Where is she?
fantastic. Oh
I'm gonna
no,
wear
that
the
would be
monkey
so
boots.
much better.
Oh, for
That'd
sure.
be so much better.
It'd be so much better. It'd be
But
so much better.
before we talk about the best part of the movie, yeah, Daisy's gonna be in the next one, and I haven't played any games with Daisy. in it
You
either. So
have.
I mean,
Well, no, she's not in it, but she's technically a skin for Peach in Super Mario Bros. So you're not wrong. You're not wrong. I was just thinking about her visually.
in Super Mario Bros.
Sorry, Smash Bros.
Super Smash Bros.
You can
Gotcha.
change your
Yeah,
outfit to be literally Daisy's outfit. Her hair is Daisy's hair and stuff like that.
yeah. No.
I'm just saying. But no, you're right.
I'm not even gonna pick Peach in the first
And
place.
that's completely okay. That's completely
So,
okay, man.
yeah,
But yeah, it is a big deal, of course, because we're getting more Mario. It's gonna be so if assuming we get more than just one more movie. Nothing's been greenlit. We don't know anything that you don't know. But there's gonna be another there's gonna be another Mario movie.
100%.
Um, once that's completed, I do imagine the tease after that. It's gonna be Wario or Waluigi, if neither one of them is the villain for this next movie. Ah, Waluigi, the villain, taking Daisy, Luigi's the hero.
I love that.
Oh,
Yeah,
how's that?
and
Go
because
watch.
I'm
Hey,
a Charlie
everyone,
Day.
go
How's
watch
that?
Bone Temple. But yeah,
Yes, do it. It's on Netflix
it's on
right now.
Netflix and
Right
it's got the
now, you could
narrative.
be out there watching
It's
Bone
got the
Temple. It
narrative, baby.
does. It does. There's
There's
things
also
happening, man.
Lumas. They're just stars in the sky.
Yeah, I'm gonna take off their shirts.
Whoa.
Yes.
I'm just, um, but yeah, I agree with you. I think Fox is like probably the best part. I do even love like because I thought we were done with him, and then he shows up again at the end with all the Lumas piloting the ship. He's literally like a reinvigorated Han Solo for this, and it's like
And they
it's
do like
cool.
a barrel roll joke with the
Yep,
big
and he
ship that
does
he's
a barrel
driving and
roll,
stuff.
and it's
Yeah, yeah,
awesome. Like I was
yeah.
like, this is cool. That's probably the bit that I was like, the smile was biggest on my face. This is cool. I was like, this is joy. And then the guy you were sitting next to said something. I was like,
Uh,
100%. Um, but we're talking about like the teases for the next one, and we'll refer back to this episode if I'm right, and Waluigi ends up being the villain of the next Mario movie. Um,
I
but
think Wario comes first, or they come together. It's gonna be one of those.
I don't think they're gonna do that. No,
They don't. They've been taking them out of games and stuff,
I'm just
bro.
kidding. I'm just
Like,
kidding.
come on.
So no,
Um,
Wario would make sense. I do think Wario again is more marketable because it's really just memes. And the fact that he was not included in Smash Bros. Of why everyone wants Waluigi. Um, my only thing about saying that is just like if it ends up being a more Luigi focused story, it would make sense to have Waluigi there. But we'll
right.
see. We'll
Yeah.
see. Yeah. What do you say?
Best part of the movie, though, it's the very end when we're looking in the jail cell
Oh yeah.
and that dark Luma's there. I wish there was more of that. Like, because like we talked about like this just being a kid's movie. Like I feel like that was for me. That was straight up
That's
for me.
fair. Like it's
Like,
definitely
yeah,
like the humor. It's so out of, and I think it's because there's only one character doing it that makes it so perfect. Like
yeah.
we only have one Colin Robinson for the most part in what we do in the shadows, and that's why that works
Right,
so
right,
well.
right.
And that's why you got to use that stuff sparingly. But yeah, they're hilarious. And the literally Bowser Jr. in the jail cell, terrified, and we had just had this little Luma wearing a cop hat with a baton, being like, "If you try to silence the truth, it just gets louder." It's great. It's so good. It's so good.
Nice.
But yeah, man, that's the 100% the funniest part. 100% the funniest part. Um, but we have next year. It's a big undertaking. We all wanted it to be animated, but now I'm kind of glad it's not going to be Illumination. We have Legend of Zelda next year, live action. That's our next Nintendo picture, and I do imagine you have to take that a little more seriously because it is live action and it has to have that grander scope. Do you agree with that kind of sentiment, or you think I'm wrong?
Those things that you said, I agree with.
Okay,
Yes, you do have to take this more seriously.
yeah,
It does have to be a grander scope. This has to be a big,
it's huge.
open thing going
Yeah,
on out here, man,
yeah,
for sure. Yeah. We
because
need to go to
Zelda
New
is definitely
Zealand to film this.
yeah.
Atlanta's not going to cut it. Telling
They just redo the Yoshi scene, but it's Link. Oh God, don't do
you.
it. But because in terms of like their franchises, Zelda's like one of the top tier ones that have a narrative, that have a story. to the point where like they're and a lot of people will tell you it's just ridiculousness now, and for the most part it is, but like they like there's an order and how everything works in the mythology of Zelda because it's like them being reincarnated, having to do certain things again. No hate on that. I just don't know all the deets on it. But just saying that the fans care. Like you can do a lot with like we have Rosalina, we have Peach being like siblings in this movie. You can you can't obviously you can't make Zelda and Link related. So like it just be weird for many
Do that.
reasons, but just saying like that kind of change would be like what are we doing here?
Right, right, right.
But the weird thing, because the other hard part is going to be, we don't want this to first of all look like a just generic Lord of the Rings ripoff, which is 100% a possibility. I'm not saying we've seen anything that leads me to think it's going to be, but it can't. But the other thing is, it is a Nintendo franchise. There are those like whimsical parts, those silly characters, which you can get around. You don't have to include them, but especially if you're trying to grasp that nostalgia, which Nintendo always has, whether it's been with Soul or without. You're going to want to include as many characters as you want or as you can. And I do wonder how that balance and tone is going to work out.
Especially because I don't know really how you characterize Link, right? Like he's
Yeah.
usually the silent protagonist and
Yeah.
stuff. And
Other
if they
than
go like,
ha.
you're right. So if they go like the John Wick route with this, and he has like, you know, 7 lines in the whole movie, and the rest of the time it's just grunts and stuff like
Yeah.
that, like you do have to surround them with people that are doing the makeup work,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
even if they're making the faces, they're showing the emotions, they're like crying on cue and things like this. You still need people around them for that like exposition and
Yeah.
things like this as well. So
And a lot.
it's gonna be tricky, man. I don't know.
100%.
I'm a tad bit doubtful on it,
Oh, no, I get it.
honestly.
I get it
I don't
because
know.
I think me and a lot of people, maybe because it's such a like is it's people have drawn Legend of Zelda in this art style and everything. Like it's kind of like what people have always wanted, a Legend of Zelda film in the Ghibli art style. Because it
Mm.
just the first thing I think of is like Princess Mononoke, because obviously there's a lot of nature being out in the woods, stuff like that. And it just feels like that would be a match made in heaven. Obviously, we're not going to Ghibli for this. This is going the live action route, and that's a huge undertaking. And this is gonna tell us what we're gonna be looking forward to in the live action side of this stuff. But it is Wes Ball directing this. Me and Ernest most recently saw it is literally his most recent film, Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. We're big fans of that original set of films. Well, sorry, it's a remake, but still
Apes
the Andy
together.
Serkis ones
Oh,
together strong.
yeah.
And then the follow up to that, I thought he did a very good job with that. I do hope here, and maybe this is just me being like an old man, because I just love my practical effects. Like, dude, totally use your CG where you need to use your CG. But you can do a blend. You can do both. And honestly, when you end up finding that perfect balance of both of those techniques working together, that's usually where we find like some of the most beautiful stuff in the live action scene. Um, like Last of Us. I know there's a lot of back and forth on all that, but the practical effects on that is incredible. But you also get some really good CG in there. And I do hope we kind of get that same level of detail here. Nintendo has the money. So they're about to get more of it. Obviously, they're already
Yeah.
filming Zelda like right now. So, but I'm just saying, don't like I'm hopeful. No, I'm not. I'm cautiously optimistic. Like that's even pushing it. My full expectation is going to be set when we see the first trailer. Because we've only seen the two leads in costume, and people had a field day with that. I thought they looked just fine. I don't think there's anything particularly special about your normal green garb or just the Zelda dress. Um, but we're gonna see, and I think that's gonna be where we really need to see that narrative, because it's gonna be a lot harder to just you can't animate all the things that you're showing us in the Mario movie, as well as literally just the most basic plot of Legend of Zelda. Princess is taken, this horrible monster is about to like devour the world, and Link becomes the warrior of courage to take him down. And there are some similarities there with Mario saving Princess Peach from Bowser. Um, but it should not be that. And I don't think it will be. I don't think it's going to be anything like that, but it's just there's a high expectation for this. I would say a more high, like a higher expectation than we do have for Mario. Because the beautiful thing about Mario is you kind of just fill in the gaps with whatever you want. Like you can easily make Peach and Rosalina siblings. It does not matter. It is what it is.
Maybe it just wasn't mentioned before
Right.
or whatever.
Somehow
Yeah, I
Palpatine
guess. Yeah.
returned. You know, it's just how
Yeah.
it goes. Um, but yeah, that's I'm looking forward to the Zelda movie mainly out of curiosity, and because I do think it's a franchise. It's like one of the two franchises I want to see the most adapted from Nintendo onto the big screen. Because the other one, granted, Fox is up there now, kind of, but I would love to see Metroid on the big screen as well.
Mm-hmm.
Because I mean,
Hmm.
come on now, that shit's awesome. That shit's something.
Samus.
Samus
Yeah.
Aran. But Ernest, that does wrap us up here, I think. Unless you got some final thoughts on the Mario Galaxy movie.
Nah, man, Sonic did it better. Let's go.
100%. So like
Actually, easy.
we
Easy.
also don't like love those movies.
Right.
But they have a narrative. There are
And
character
those,
beats.
I just feel like those movies could have very easily been these movies,
They
you
could
know?
have, and
Like,
honestly,
yeah,
respect to what they've done. Because yeah,
right.
literally, Shadow is still the tragic character that he should be. And then we have all these beats. It's still definitely, I can't believe I didn't even think to bring it up here. Because yeah, you're absolutely right. Those Sonic movies, if they were to hollow themselves out, that's what this would be. So
Yeah. Yeah, easy.
it's just what it
Easy. Just
is.
more animated, but
Right, right,
yeah.
right, right. But
So,
I'll use
but
that as my final thought
that's
too.
that's
I
my
go
last
watch
thought.
Sonic movies. They're actually like good. I still wouldn't say
Yeah.
great, but they're good.
Oh,
In the
that
first movie.
wedding scene is like the best
I
thing.
saw
Yeah,
somebody post today being
absolutely.
like, maybe I was too harsh about this after watching the Mario
Yeah,
movie, and I was like, hey,
you were too harsh for sure.
it's still trying
Yeah.
something narratively. But yeah, that is what it is. Ernest gave it a 6. I gave it 6.5. We'd still recommend, especially if you're fans of that first movie, just temper those expectations because yeah, not
And
a
if
whole
you
lot
just
there.
want like a wave of nostalgia,
Yeah,
go for it, man.
it's
Yeah,
gonna be right
for
there,
sure.
and it is again, it's a feast for your eyes if nothing else. But Ernest, we're gonna be back next week on the anime side of things, talking about Jujutsu Kaisen season 3. Now that that has wrapped, we do have an episode talking about Jujutsu Kaisen season 2 out already. But for any of this content, anything we're
And one
talking
in the
about,
movie.
do we have one in the movie? We might have one in the movie. We do have
Yeah,
one in the movie. Yeah, there's one for the movie,
we
100%.
got all the JJK stuff
All the
out there
JoJo.
for
I don't know
y'all.
about
Let's
season 1 because
go.
that
Let's
came out before
go.
we knew each other, but
I
yeah.
think we talked about it with the movie.
Right, probably.
Like we
Or
just
and so
referenced a
probably
lot.
more likely with season 2.
And that. Yeah.
Because yeah, it's like
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
like the characters from season 1 are not necessarily prominent in the Jujutsu Kaisen movie. But for any of that content, anything we're covering, anything you want to yell at us for, Ernest, where can the people find us?
So if you'd like to stay up to date with the show, you can find us out here on all these social medias, baby. Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, X, and YouTube. And if you'd like to reach us directly, you can find us at life is storytelling at gmail.com. We appreciate any and all feedback, and we fucking love you.
We love you so much. To all those celebrating, have a great Easter. Find your eggs. Be safe. There's apparently a storm coming, at least in Texas. Have a great night, a great week, and a great weekend.